Hey babes, what's up? It's Haley and welcome back to my channel. My oh my guys, we're gonna have so much fun today because today's video is actually gonna be an entire room transformation. Pretty much part 2 in recreating this entire studio space of mine. Let me explain the situation. A couple months back, I actually started the entire makeover process on my entire studio. And basically for today's video, even though there are a couple corners already in this room that I really like, I do have the space right in front of me that is just completely blank. We're gonna stop by all the thrift stores, we're gonna look for some fun furniture and accessories that we can hopefully change up. And with that all being said, because we're going to be taking some old furniture and thrift flipping it, changing up the colors and all that good stuff, I'm so excited to say that today's video is actually sponsored by Dixie Belle Paints. They are actually an online website specializing in everything you need to DIY and thrift flip your furniture. The Dixie Belle Paint Company, you guys, they have some of the most colorful, most beautiful shades and ranges of chalk paints you've ever seen. They have so many different options on their site for every single color scheme and a bunch of different finishes too. We're going to be thrift flipping a ton of different furniture using their paints and also a lot of tools that they have on their site as well. But I'm going to take you guys through this. I am like a super beginner when it comes to painting furniture, so that's why I like that Dixie Belle makes it super easy. And if at any point in the video you're super intrigued by the color or the paints that I'm using, I'm gonna go ahead and be sure to link everything I'm using down below in the description box. You can buy all their products online, it ships right to your door, so even if you don't want to leave your house, you can have everything sent right to you. But the first thing I want to tackle in this space is this vanity. As I mentioned, it's just super boring, just black and white, and we gotta add some color into here. This is a mood board of the vibe I'm going for, but I actually specifically came across this photo of a floating vanity drawer too. Instead of just painting the entire thing a solid color, I wanted to add some texture. So another trend I've been seeing on Pinterest that I've really been liking has been these kind of like tile tables. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, here are just a couple of examples. But basically, I want to go ahead and create the texture and look of a tile table without actually having to make a tile table. What I'm planning on doing is just sticking down and creating my own grid. I picked up this really thin painter's tape on Amazon, by the way. I'm gonna have a link down below as well. But what's perfect about the thin size of this tape is I think it's gonna replicate the grout that actually shows like the white part of the table. Before we go ahead and start painting, if there's anything that I've learned from my previous DIY mishaps, never paint indoors, especially on a white fluffy carpet, especially if you don't have an underlay. So because I want to replicate that Pinterest photo to the T, I decided to go with this soft pink color from Dixie Belle, and I love how girly this is. I really did want to add some more pink pastel into this room, so I'm actually just using a roller and using that to cover the entire space. Look at the pigmentation, guys. Like, I only really needed to do one pretty thick coat to kind of get everything covered, and obviously just want to make sure everything is saturated really well with no white spaces left over. And I actually didn't wait for the paint to dry before peeling off the tape because I wanted the lines to be super clean. So make sure that you guys do this while the paint is still pretty wet. You can do the fun part, and this is like so addicting. You can go and peel off all the little tapes, the horizontal ones as well. And this whole tape situation was my first time attempting this, and I really think it gave off the illusion so well of a tile table. I did go in with a tiny little brush if there was any spaces that needed small touch-ups. I'm gonna keep the drawers white, but any other places I want pink, I'm just going in with a brush and doing that on my own. Okay, so while I'm letting this dry, I'm gonna move on to the next project, and we're gonna be painting an entire dresser. So let me bring it right in and I'll show it to you guys. So like I mentioned, I really need a storage solution in this room, and I found this little drawer. This is actually an IKEA drawer. I think it was like $35, super cheap, and I didn't attach the handles yet because I actually want to go ahead and do custom handles once we choose our color scheme. And then once it's painted, I'm just gonna push it like all the way back to that wall between the windows, and I think it would look really cute with like some accessories on top, maybe some purses too. This is just the cotton white Dixie Belle paint. I'm probably gonna be painting that on the exterior frame, and then with the actual drawers, I think we're gonna go in with this farmhouse green color. So starting off with the dresser, like I said, I actually wanted to paint the exterior a plain white color. This is the color Cotton from Dixie Belle. Again, I'm using a roller because it's easier, but it goes on just as smoothly with a paintbrush too. And because this is a white paint, I am going to go in and do 2 coats of this on the exterior. And then for those little crevices, I always like to use a paintbrush to make sure I get in there with the detail. And I'm so happy we chose this farmhouse green color from Dixie Belle to paint the actual drawers. This green has overall just been one of my favorite colors this year. There's just something about it that is just super retro to me, which I love. And even though the pigment on this was amazing, I still went ahead and did a second coat just so that we can get a really opaque color. Ooh, okay, and I'm telling you guys, these knobs are the game changer of this entire drawer. So it actually came with these like kind of ugly wooden knobs, and instead of buying myself some new ones, I thought I would actually go and customize them. So using that same exact white cotton paint color, I'm actually going to be giving these guys just a clean base. I came across so many different cow print accents on Pinterest, and I thought it would be really cool to just go and do simple cow prints on these knobs. So I first went in with a pencil and just sketched out a cow print design that I like, and then using a really fine paintbrush, I'm just going in with the caviar color color from Dixie Paint. It's just a really nice black, and because it's so intense, it looks so good with the white. So I'm just detailing out the cow print with my little paintbrush, and then after letting the paint dry completely, I'm going in with this really glossy finish from Dixie Belle as well. Adding a glossy finish to these details will not only make it look more expensive, it would actually protect these knobs from getting dirty as well. And you guys, once I screwed this on, this like looks so much better than I expected it to be. The color contrast looks so good with the little pops of the cow print. Ugh, I'm in love. Sorry if you guys can hear a noise. I wanted to open the window to air out my space a little bit, but basically next DIY I wanted to go ahead and do was on this chair right here. So something I've been personally loving is animal print. I know that my friend Sarah actually created like a zebra print chair, which was so cute, and it definitely inspired me to kind of do an animal print take on this chair as well. So what I have in mind for this little stool is I actually want to paint the entire thing white, and then this top part right here I want to go ahead and do a hand-drawn cow print. I think it would look so good. But first things first, because I've been using this chair for a little while, I feel like it may have gotten a little bit dirty, so I want to go ahead and clean it. And from Dixie Belle, they actually sell this amazing white lightning cleaner. You add a little bit to a bowl of water and then you use that solution to clean your surfaces. It's honestly really great, especially if you're going to be thrifting a lot of furniture. You know how grimy those can get. So I'm going to get this cleaned up and then we'll go in and do our first coat of white paint. Brace yourselves, you guys. This is gonna turn out to be so good. I'm telling you already. So I actually thrifted this stool at a Value Village, I don't know, like a year ago maybe, for $5. I ended up finding out later that it's actually available right now at IKEA, I think for under $30. So if you want to recreate this DIY for yourself, it's super accessible. So that being said, I just started off by doing 2 coats of the cotton Dixie Belle paint. And once I let that dry overnight, I went in with my cow print design. As you can see, I'm totally freehanding it. I do have a little pattern design on my phone to guide me, but there's no rule or rhyme here. You could really just have fun with it and experiment with these spots. And then going in with a small detail brush again, just like we did with the knobs, we're going to go in and paint it black. And this was so therapeutic to do, and after some time you can really see it coming together. And just like you could see with my design right here, you want to go ahead and bring the black paint down to the edge of the stool too, because then it gives the pattern more of a 3D effect and it's just a much cleaner look. And then the next 2 things that I wanted to paint also were some accessories that I thrifted. I thrifted these 2 plates, so freaking cute. This first one's kind of like a large shell. It was just $1.99. Then I figured if I painted and then put a gloss over it, it would be such a cute like jewelry tray or pretty much a catch-all tray for anything in the room. And then this one too, I'm not crazy about the flowers on the back, but I know that when I go ahead and paint this, then this little tray would be so cute too. I'm just gonna remove all the tags and give it a good clean with the white lightning cleaner, and then we can go and just start painting. So in choosing the colors for these dishes, this was my train of thought. Basically, I kind of wanted to tie in the dresser that we painted together with that tile table. So that's kind of why I went with the farmhouse green for the shell, and I'm thinking to put that on the tile table once it's done. And then on the flip side, I'm painting the heart pink so that I can put that on the green table. Hopefully by doing this, the colors will tie in better together. And as you can see, this paint actually works on anything, even glass, which is usually super tough to paint. Once I let the plates dry, I just went ahead and used that same gloss clear coat because we are planning on throwing some jewelry and earrings and hair clips into these dishes. I did want to keep them protected. Plus, it also gives it that shine so that it looks like a plate once again. Thrift flips like this are the easiest to do. Find yourself some cool textured plates, paint them in your favorite colors, and throw them around your house. It's a great way to add a pop of color in any corner of your space. Officially the next day, and everything is actually done. This was actually a 24-hour transformation, which is ridiculous. Before getting into it, I want to show you a couple more things that I thrifted recently that I wanted to share with you. So the first one is this incredible heart chair. You guys may have already seen it on my Instagram, but I am so obsessed with this chair. It's like super soft and it has these cute tassels here at the bottom, and I just love the way that this chair looks. I feel like it is such a fun accent in the room. I'm gonna be honest, the one thing that is like kind of irking me is the color, because there's so much just pastel and like light colors going on that the fact that this is like so intensely red is a little bit too intense. So I am possibly thinking of maybe reupholstering it. I got this chair for just $25, which is an insane price. And then the second thing I have to show you guys, okay, I found this on Facebook Marketplace, and this was by far probably one of my favorite finds ever. It is so cool. So here's what it looked like when I picked it up and got it in my car, and it is basically these insanely cool like 4D cubes that are actually display boxes that, as you can see, every color is kind of different. So you have like orange here and blue here. I'm pretty sure that the person who was selling them had like an old shoe store that they were closing down. So these epic neon boxes were what they used for the shoe displays. I mean, look at how much this glows. It literally looks like there's neon lights in here, which it's not. It's only glowing based on the light and the reflections in the room. Pretty sure that the set altogether was $75, and these neon boxes definitely changed the game. They add a lot more color into the space, and I wanted to quickly show you these pieces before I do the final room reveal, and here's how it looks now. guys, and that is the final little reveal of this corner of my room. I am so obsessed with all the pops of color, all the pops of texture. I would choose a favorite, but I actually love everything that we recreated. But this chair, I have to admit, so damn cool. Adds so much texture into the room and it was so easy to make. With all that being said, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video and you like seeing my process of like redecorating my second half of my room. Thank you again to Dixie Belle Paint Company for sponsoring today's video. I honestly could not have made any of these recreations without them. And also keep in mind, I got like super big jars, but I don't even think I used 10% of this in like huge projects like these. So you guys can definitely experiment, get smaller sizes in multiple colors if you want to play around with different looks in your space. So seriously, thank you Dixie Belle. I'm loving my room right now. And I hope you guys do too. Let me know down below in the comments which corner of the room, which project was your favorite, would you want to recreate for yourself? Because I would be so curious to know, and be sure to go ahead and follow me on Instagram to see me take a bunch of pictures in this space because let's admit, no one's leaving their house anytime soon. Time for me to take my much needed shower after these 24 hours, but thank you guys so much again for watching. I love you forever and always. Be sure to subscribe down below and join the amazing family if you haven't already, and I can't wait to see you guys in my next one. Bye!